What do you do as a man when you try to set a boundary with her and she doesn't listen to you? Right? It's frustrating, right? Because you were hearing all the time, man, just speak up, just, talk to her, let her know what's going on. But every single time you talk to her, she's not listening to a word that's coming out of your mouth. Frustrating, very, very frustrating, right? So you've done things like, you've set a boundary with her with yelling, shouting, maybe even some time, like I need time for myself, and she's not listening. Maybe she's getting really emotional or even dumping her emotions on you, and she's not listening to you, saying that, hey, listen, you can't keep on doing that, right? Maybe it's even some money issues, right? Where you're telling her, hey, listen, we have to kind of maintain the budget for this month, or we have to cut back, and she's still doing her own thing, right? She's still overspending, right? And you've said it a few times. You talked to her a few times, and she's not listening, right? It's even causing you guys a lot of arguments right now. You're going through a lot of arguments back and forth. You're trying to talk to her, and then from there, she shifts the whole entire conversation into something different. And now you guys are going back and forth. You're even yelling, shouting, screaming, right? And it's getting very hostile, and nothing is getting solved, leaving you drained and frustrated. Well, look, brother, the issue that you have to understand is that after your words fail, after you have spoken, after you have talked, and you've let her know clearly, and your words are failing, then your actions have to take over. When your words fail, actions must take precedence. Okay? Now, the key here is to understand and master one single word, and that word is distance. Okay? The biggest problem that you're having right now is you feel stuck because you're not really sure how do I go about it without leaving the relationship? Because everyone else out there is telling you, hey, just get up and leave or just leave her. But you actually want to learn how to maintain the relationship. Yeah, you're having a rough patch, but it doesn't mean you have to leave her or leave after every single, issue. How do we maintain it? Well, again, like I said, the key is to master just one word: distance. All right. Now, when it comes to distance, you want to match the boundary that she crossed, right? And your distance is going to be exactly whatever she's doing, right? You want to match this properly. Write this down. This is so crucial, right? It's going to change the whole entire game for you. Now, let's say she crossed a financial boundary, right? Your job now is to create a financial distance, create financial space between that, okay? So let's say, for example, she is overspending and you've told her, hey, listen, business right now is, up and down right now. We got to cut back for this month or maybe even next month. Let's cut back for a little bit. And then from there, we'll be able to put back up, money going towards whatever else you want to do, right? You gave her a clear, straightforward boundary. She keeps overspending, right? You told her again she's overspending, and you keep on funding her habits, right? So what do? You don't just leave the relationship. You simply create a financial distance. You can either cut up the credit cards, you can pause spending on her lifestyle, you can pause whatever it's gonna cause her to stop. You create the distance from that. You put distance in between whatever boundary she's crossing and what she's doing. Yeah, create a financial distance. That's simple. Next one. Let's say she's crossing a physical boundary and you want her to understand that, right? Well, the key is creating physical distance. So, for example, let's say the argument is getting really hostile and she has a bad way of hitting you, right? A bad way of, putting her hands and punching or lashing out or doing things that are physically, not okay. Well, in that point, you want to create physical distance. Remove yourself physically. This is sound easier said than done, yeah. But at the same time, ask yourself, how long are you waiting for it? Are you waiting for it to go down the path where it's all the way, completely violent, or are you creating distance for, even a day, possibly even a couple of days, right? Literally removing yourself from the situation. You have to create distance. If you're still coming back or going back and forth with her, then she's not seeing or not even respecting the words that are coming out of your mouth. Does that make sense? The last one is, let's say, she's crossing an emotional boundary. The key again is to create emotional distance. So let's say you're talking to her and she continues to dismiss your emotions and you're being very clear, letting her know what's going on and she doesn't care, she doesn't listen to you, right? She probably even makes fun of you. Okay, well, create emotional distance. From that point on, if you're very clear, stop sharing and stop sharing whatever you want to share moving forward. Stop talking about your emotions with her going forward. Create an emotional distance from her. Yeah. And then from there, you will see a shift. Okay. Now, again, this is really important. The key here is to always be clear with your words first. We're taking the assumption now that you have already learned how to set clear boundaries with your mouth, with your words, and you're doing that correctly, right? So I'm assuming that you already know that based on what you have either watched from me directly or on what you have known, right? Because that is a whole entire different topic. But if you're saying it properly and you're doing it properly and she still is not listening, then this is where you have to now take action. Because, like I said, if your words fail, then you need to take action. And that action for you is distance. Now, this is a lot easier said than done, right? You will probably need some help, some assistance on how to do this properly. Well, if you're looking to learn how to do this properly, looking for somebody that gets you, that understands you, I call men like myself and you, I call us responsible men because we really do care about our relationships. We really do care about growing as men and becoming a man that can maintain the relationship. If you're saying to yourself that you want guidance and you want to learn, and I can get you and I can show you this down packed in 90 days or less, and you want a system to work with me directly, then from there, come and talk to me. Press the link below, talk to me directly, and let's have a conversation about where you are and see if I can actually help you in my program and guarantee your success in 90 days or less. All right? That's calm, brother.